we arrived late, no excuse, we were late, not the traffic so much. And yung Tagalog ko medyo kinakalawa, so I've been in the States for a long time. My father, Anatalio G, dela Cruz from Navotas, he was a native there. He was a merchant marine before the war, worked with the Elizalde shipping company, inter-island passenger shipping. He married my mother, who was from Cebu, Cebuana, from whom I got my looking foreigner. Okay, every time I come here, he said, I thought you were a foreigner. And then 6 months later, World War II broke out. He was inducted as second lieutenant, and when World War II ended, he was a major. He was promoted in the field and all that. We only learned about this from affidavits that he kept among his few belongings. He never talked about his activities in the war. I think this is true for most veterans. Those who've been in combat do not talk about what it was like being there. Maybe some do, but he never talked about it. Now, we didn't think of asking what it was like being there. But anyway, he had his military, I guess, excuse my terms, I'm not exact, insignias, including a Silver Star. So I've been wondering for a long time what that was. I know Silver Star is for bravery in battle or something like that. Just found that out last year from one of the affidavits. It was given to him by MacArthur when he was sent as CO of a company at the first line of defense. I think that's Abukay plantation, sugar plantation. So the affidavit detailed what that was about, because after the war he was filing for back pay to justify his services, that he never served the Japanese government at all, things like that. So it took me several years. Actually, I was working on getting his history together because I was working on our genealogy, history of our families. So there's a big chunk missing on him. Two of my sisters are here, the oldest and the youngest. I will not appoint who is the older and who is the younger. And my significant other is here. What we can say about our father is that his pictures before the war he looked, I guess, happy, you know? Not teenager, single. Yung mga pictures now was like he was having a good time, fun. We knew him only as a stern individual who never hit any of us at all. Somebody earlier said, i-erase lang yung chinelas niya eh. Alam na kami kung ano yun. Tahimik na kami. He was never abusive, but yung expectations niya, he never even said, itong gusto ko sa inyo. No, lahat kayo mag-aaral. It's not a question of kung mag-aaral kayo, it's mag-aaral kayo at saka magtatapos kayo. So he worked his butt off, as we say. So all of us, actually 9 of us, finished college. 3 doctors, me among them, 3 nurses, 1 teacher, 1 self-made businessman, minority business owners in the US. So we were all very successful. It wasn't because each of us individually thought that was what we should do. I believe it came from our father's expectation that you will improve yourself. We left all for the United States, not because of anything, but that was his expectation. It's like you go from one step to the next, and it should be better than the next one. He never articulated that. He never said, ito, ganun, biga. It was just, that was the next thing to do. Okay, so it just so happens, we were fortunate, if I could say that, to be able to have more opportunities, I would say, in the U.S. Pero I semi-retired 5 years ago, so I've been coming back, doing medical missions, so giving back again. My father was very giving, he was very generous. magpapautang yan sa mga kapatid niya, and my mother would say, ask, yes, ano, binayaran ko na ba? Bayaan mo na lang. You know, he would not like keep a list of how much you owe and things like that. He was also a man of utmost integrity. He was appointed police chief in Navotas back when I was in high school. He quit within months because he said he did not want to support his family using blood money. Those of you who may know what that is, I'm not going to elaborate. So fishing business was our family business in Navotas, mga dela Cruz, Santos, you know, and that's what I helped part of that time as a medical school commander. And what else am I missing? So I from the affidavits, I could get a picture. He was an active participant, and when he was asked to do something, he did it. You know, being promoted from second lieutenant within a matter of, you know, when the war broke out, September yata, so December na induct. Surrender 2 years later, 1 year later, I'm sorry. He was in the death march, forgot to mention, he survived. Kapas, if not, I wouldn't be here. I was born after the war. Got recurrent malaria, so he was skin and bones. One of the funny things he would say was, after he was released in September, I think out of goodwill gesture to the Japanese, but also they had to feed them. So released someone. He went island hopping to get his wife and the firstborn, who was my oldest brother, who's now deceased. He was maybe 6 months old when the war broke out, and brought her back to Navotas. He said along the way he would island hop, you know, from Navotas down to I guess Legazpi, Albay, and island hopping, and he would bump into some of the men that he used to work with in the shipping business, sa barko. So sometimes he'd be recognized. But he was a loving person, guy. But what impressed me most was your expectations. I think his expectations of us and of his co-workers was the same as what he expected of himself. I think that's where it came from. And that showed because in Navotas, he was always well respected. Nickname niya Cap. Kapitan sa barko. So, Kapitan sa barko. He referred that, not Lieutenant Colonel and all that, but Cap. So he was an upstanding person, and I think we owe all what we have, I guess, reached and accomplished to him because of who he was and who he expected us to be. Did I forget anything else? He was quartermaster, Camp Murphy, who was now Fort Bonifacio after the war. He left because he said his family was growing, and he said couldn't support his family on a soldier's salary. But it was very hard work. He would be away for months, deep sea fishing, come back, and there would be very lean times, I know, and sometimes there would be a lot of money, but you know, fishing business is like that. And he passed away. We miss him very much, but his legacy lives with us, and that's what what my father did for us and expected of us is the same thing, I believe I could say, my sister can correct me, is the same thing we give and expect of our own kids. We paid for their college education, even in the States, usually not the loan sila student loan for example, we pay for it, sabi ng father, that's your inheritance. If there's anything left after I die, you're welcome to it, but otherwise don't bother me after I pay your graduation fees. So that's all I have to say about him, and we really love him and miss him very much. Thank you.